I'm only watching this shit because this motherfucker was talking mad shit. In my opinion, for no reason, had an awful lot to say, and then deleted every goddamn tweet that ever existed from his account.
Now, for those of you who don't know, longtime friend of Mr. Beast, Kris Tyson, has recently been called out for numerous disgusting actions. One such video made by Aatrox has gone viral, detailing Kris's really gross and disgusting infatuation with lolly content, which for those of you who don't know, lolly content is basically sexualized art based off of young children. And another video made by Prism, which hasn't been picked up by many people yet, details Kris Tyson's very weird and unsettling interactions with a child who was 7 years.
I'm gonna pause and say some things throughout the video. Like, imagine even knowing what that content means. What the fuck? God, man, like, what the fuck?
Is younger than her when she was in her 20s. Now, to summarize Kris Tyson's infatuation with lolly content, I have to first preface the fact that any grown adult that shows interest in art depicting this of children is a complete weirdo, because recently on the internet it's somehow now a controversial take to say that. Now, for those who don't know, years ago Kris Tyson basically had an infatuation with a controversial artist known as Shadman, and this Shadman person is known across the internet for creating art based off of actual children and depicting them being sexualized or abused. Such examples include when Shadman made art of Keemstar's daughter at the time being 7 years of age, kicking Donald Trump off back in 2016 when he had just won the election. In the same year, Shadman made more disgusting art of Lieutenant Corbis, who was an 11-year-old commentary YouTuber. Another instance involved Shadman in 2017 making extremely gross comments regarding the actor Daphne Keane, who played in Logan. Keep in mind, she was 12 years old at the time, and Shadman decided to create art of her being molested and brutalized. Now, as a result, Shadman received a cease and desist from Daphne Keane's lawyers, and despite this happening, he still continued to make disgusting comments regarding more children, such as Liev Schreiber's 7-year-old son, who did a Harley Quinn cosplay. Now, keep in mind, despite all the disgusting fucking shit that Shadman did, following the drama, Kris Tyson still decides to openly brag about financially supporting him and his website, showing that he literally purchased—
Why is this guy even around? You know what I mean? Like, that's where I'm at with this stuff. I don't see any place for it in this world or the next. This is beneath the prison for me.
Suggestive art of a young girl with a BD tattoo on her thigh. The same image as well was proudly put up on his wall, with it being visible in Mr. Beast's old video where he was even looking at the image directly. Despite as well all the drama involving Shadman drawing lolly art based off of actual children back in 2016 and 2017, we can still see Kris Tyson openly engaged with Shadman's account, asking him to draw 18+ content of Beast Boy, and even engaging with a post showing Shadman's cropped art of Caillou.
You know, I don't want to drag Beast too much into this shit, you know? Like, I don't really want to say a whole lot, but I will say that he came out and defended this Kris guy when Kris had said some shit about me on Twitter. Hey, look, man, all right, you know, but with that kind of influence and that kind of responsibility, you better come out and do the same damn thing now, because this is ridiculous. I can't believe it.
Being molested by his mother. And keep in mind, Caillou is a 4-year-old boy canonically in the show, and Ava was in her 20s engaging with this content. Even back in 2017, Kris Tyson was engaging with gross art on Twitter, depicting Maple and Dipper from Gravity Falls being two 12-year-old siblings making out, with her making a tweet under it stating how, quote-unquote, they're twins, so at that point, it's just masturbation, right guys? You know, classic Ava Kris Tyson making comments regarding art of two children being in a romanticized incestuous relationship. Kris was even in her 20s claiming that Violet from The Incredibles, being canonically a 14-year-old girl, was quote-unquote cute. Even worse for Kris Tyson was that they self-reported in a 2019 tweet of theirs where she shouts out Shadbase for having safe for work content when she pulled up the website on stream. Now, not only does this mean that she was, from what we can assume, an active member of the website, but it also now shows how she actively knew the site was degenerate, and at times before, when she had accessed it, it was rife with degenerate with not safe for work content. Even more instances yet again show how Kris Tyson was begging Shadman to create NSFW content of an anime character who was canonically 10 years old. And even another instance where Kris Tyson was seen liking a tweet of a lucky girl clothed, with a creepy image of a guy taking a picture right next to it. Now, as Aatrox has perfectly stated in his video, Kris Tyson knew very well the context of this image, because there is art of this exact girl fully naked online. And with Kris Tyson being the gooner that she is, she liked this tweet because she understood this degenerate reference. Anyways, now that we have covered the first half of the drama, I'd like to first thank Adrox for cohesively putting together this entire situation with all the necessary screenshots. Now the second part I want to discuss was a video made by Prism that I saw a couple days ago, and it detailed Kris Tyson's inappropriate interactions with a minor when she was 7 years older than them. Now this minor goes by the name of Lava, and they were born in November of 2003, with Kris Tyson being born in July of 1996. Now,
so I mean, at this point, you could tell the video changes, but he went over all the receipts, and then now he's going over this specific example. Guys, I don't know what more anybody needs to just have a, human understanding that there's a problem here, right? Let's just slow everything down. We don't need to complicate it. I think in today's world, a lot of people do that. They make it overcomplicated. They throw all these weird words into the mix. Just relax. Calm down. Don't be emotional. Just look at it transparently and understand, right, that it's pretty apparent that there's a problem here. A very big one, but it's apparent. It's not like a debatable thing. This is an issue.
Now, screenshots provided by Prism show how Kris offered Lava moderation pumps for her streams. This was when Lava was 14 at the time, with Kris being 21, and this was during 2018. In the same year, this
guy Beast came out and said Ava is a great father to his 2-year-old boy. That's what he said on Twitter to me. I don't care how popular you are. I don't care how much money you got, how much power you think you got. Dog, don't speak to me that way. Are you out of your fucking mind? He's got his 2-year-old boy in heels that fit. There's a concern here. And if there isn't for you, then you are part of the problem. It's not okay. It's not healthy. It's weird now.
Tyson makes a tweet stating how one more Patreon donation they get and they're releasing their nudes. Now, at the time, who is 14, sends them a $1 donation with the caption calling them a big boy, and then Kris replies with, "But not $5, pathetic. Just kidding, kissing face." And then Lava ats him again and says, "Check again." And Kris Tyson responds,
"I don't even want to watch the rest of this, man. I'm getting like,
I posted some fire nudes for you, please no
share.
You
don't have to watch it.
Why are you making this joke with someone who's 7 years fucking younger than you? Now, in the next year in 2019, it shows that Kris Tyson and this minor had...
And by the way, I never really looked into this, but I had people tagging me. Like I said, I didn't really follow the breadcrumb of tweets. But apparently, this dude, Chris's girl, came out and defended him, right? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I don't know if that's a firm yes or firm no, but apparently she was tweeting, like, I don't know who this Nickmercs guy is and what he's saying about our fucking relationship and our family. Okay, let me get a little revisit on that. Can we circle back? Let's get a nice little circle back, right? Like, I don't want to throw shit at your fucking door. I'm not really trying to, like, drag you through the dirt. If you want to go toe-to-toe and you want to say things like that, let's circle back. And let's revisit those comments about how great your family is. Because surely the landscape is a little different now, huh?
Both direct contact with one another through Snapchat, which is extremely weird, first of all, and second of all, Lava shows a weird snap they received from Kris Tyson, showing her stating, "I'm coming for America," which, joke or not, how the hell is this suitable to send to a minor who is 7 years younger than you when you're a grown adult?
It's just not, so, yeah.
More screenshots show the weird names they would call each other, and then the weird memes that they would share with one another, with Lava stating, "Kris, practice with this tomorrow," showing an image of a banana, like it's pretty easy to know what he's referencing with this. And then Kris Tyson responds with an image of James Charles and states, "Lava's mum tomorrow," so once again making more degenerative jokes to a legitimate child who is 15 years old at this time when she is in her 20s. Also, really just to hammer in the point that Lava and Kris are close friends, there is screenshot proof from 2020 of them being in Discord calls. There is also proof that Lava received Snapchat messages from Kris in 2019, meaning he must have had her added, and Kris Tyson even has Lava added on Steam. 2018 screenshots as well show Lava stating that Kris Tyson private messaged him on Twitter, and Lava even ended up appearing in MrBeast's Minecraft video as a helper. But something extremely eyebrow-raising was Discord logs in Carl's server from 2020, and keep in mind the two users who we will be focusing on, Lava and Jedi, were both 16 years old at this time. Now, Jedi states that he sold his camper to Lava, and Lava states how he's using this camper to travel to a remote area in the woods in North Carolina to meet Carl and Kris Tyson. Now, Lava states how much he loves Carl, with Jedi stating that Carl simps for him, and that Carl is offering him ice cream and money if he does quote-unquote stuff for him. Like, what the fuck is that even supposed?
It's like it's to the point now for me, this upload anyway, and just the situation in general, where you would think that it's a film, like a thriller action, you know, like a drama thriller that's released in theater. You know what I mean? Like, it's not even dog. They're talking about ice cream and shit.
Supposed to mean. Then Lava asks Jedi why he's coming to North Carolina, and Jedi replies with because and a winky face, and Lava replies with a winky face back. Another message shows Lava pinging Carl and stating see you Tuesday baby girl, followed by screenshots of Lava's Instagram posts, who keep in mind was 16 years old, with literally Kris and Carl on both of his sides, and a message of Lava stating that Carl hugged him before Kris did. Now, I have no idea why a 16-year-old decided to meet up with two people above the age of 20, and why him and another 16-year-old involved in their friend circle is making the entire situation sound so weird and suspicious with all these winky faces. But I don't need to be Einstein here to state that Kris Tyson ultimately befriending someone when they were 14 years old and then making inappropriate jokes to this person and then eventually meeting up with them is extremely weird, and she should probably be ultimately transparent and completely address this all. She should also perhaps address why this child is talking about her hentai addiction, because how would they know this had Kris Tyson not mentioned this to them? And also, why is Kris Tyson adding this child who's 7 years younger than them on Snapchat? But anyway, to conclude this whole drama so far, there is so many questions to answer, and Kris Tyson really needs to make a coherent response video to all the disgusting things that she's done in reference to buying disgusting art from a bully artist, and cementing the fact that she is a massive creep. And that's pretty much non-debatable, knowing all of this information.
It's kind of crazy, isn't it? The reality is a lot of these people have had a lot of things to say about your boy up here.